one and only Optibotimus coming at you with another video review. And on today's episode, thanks to the absolutely incredible support from all of my Optibotimus Plus channel members, specifically Andy Anderson, we're going to be taking a look at the new Transformers Legacy Autobot Cosmos, part of what is called the Velocitron Speedia 500 collection. For the packaging, as you can see, you have a new one here, which does look really very nice. You got that stupid open section, but it seems like they're doing that with all their figures now. But gorgeous art on here. Of course, you got the Transformers text right there, the Transformers Legacy logo. Gorgeous art of Cosmos in all of his chunky goodness. And that image carries over to the side here. Now, what this says, I have no idea. But what's interesting is nowhere on here does it say what scale this is. I believe it's a deluxe scale, but I just find it interesting that that's not really printed anywhere. Maybe that's what that says. I don't know. But you have a gorgeous image of him right there, which is exactly like that, but just a little bit more blown up and reversed. And then you can see you got Cosmos in terms of the toy, and then, of course, some nice art right there as well. Again, you got this kind of logo, which I don't know what that is, but that's all over here as well, even on the bottom. I mean, that's that there. Go around to the back of the package. And of course, you got product shots again of Cosmos in both his robot as well as his vehicle mode. Overall, really nice package on it. It is, honestly, well, no, I guess it's probably about the same. I mean, typically they're like this, and then this is up here. So I guess technically it's probably a little bit more packaging because this is longer as opposed to when it was up there. But that's about it. So for the packaging, of course, that's not why you guys are here. So without further ado, let's get him out here and see how cool he actually is. Alright guys, so here we have Cosmos opened up out of his packaging and obviously in his flying saucer mode. And as a fan of the original Transformers cartoon series from the 80s, this is absolutely what I would want for this character. They did a terrific job with this guy. All the way around, completely homages that original look for the character. Everything from the colors to the little tech detail to the sculpted in sort of accents like with the little blasters here, the little thrusters on the back, even the little red knob section that eventually kind of sort of becomes his head. You'll see that here when I go through the transformation. This is without a doubt what I would want as a original Transformers fan in a Cosmos figure. I'm just geeking out. Now, there are some bits on here that do kind of stand out, like the little section right here, which that'll rotate. We'll go through the transformation, but you can kind of see that kind of sticks out. There is some gapping around the edge, but it doesn't kill it for me, but it definitely doesn't have a completely clean look. But realistically, that it doesn't bother me too much. Now, accessory-wise, he comes with a checkered flag. You know, you're going to wave that for races. And, you know, people kind of joke that the other side doesn't have anything, and some people said it would be like a surrender flag. I guess, maybe, if you want to. But that just pegs into the side of his gun that when you remove it, you have a gun. So, I mean, if you really wanted to, you can have, you got little blaster holes here. You can put that there. You got another whole section here in the back. You can peg that in there, and look, he's flying around with a little cape, I guess. Kind of do wish he came with two guns just so you can use both sides there, but doesn't bother me. And then, of course, you got the little blasters right here, which I talked about. All in all, though, this guy's great. Nothing here on the bottom, but there are little posts that do kind of, you can kind of see, if I get it straight, you can kind of see little nubs that hang out there that kind of keep him off the ground. Now, in my collection, this is the Cosmos that I was using. I think this is the Titan Return one, I want to say, but this is a Legend scale figure. This is a deluxe figure. A little bit bigger, obviously, and a little bit more engineering involved in them, so you do have the higher price point of a deluxe figure. Both are still great figures. This is obviously a little bit more of a modern take on them, and is a little bit, I guess, more slender, whereas this guy definitely has that sort of chunky look to him, which translates well in terms of his robot mode. Again, both are terrific figures, but with them taking the mini-bots and pretty much making them small deluxes in terms of their robot form, I really like what they're doing with this. Is this guy good enough to replace him? Well, I guess you'll just have to stick around and see. But really fantastic, fantastic figure. Now, for the transformation, we're just going to come around here to the side, loosen these bits up, and then you got a little sliding thing here, you kind of want to just move that just to kind of get things out of the way a little bit so that you can get these arms a little bit more extended out just like that. You can come around here to the feet. You can separate those. Lift those little side panels up like that. And then the feet are going to come down like so. And you can take this entire bottom section and swivel this forward, locking that into place. Go ahead and bring these sections down. Then the feet are going to come around here to the back section. These are going to fold forward, and then this little section here rotates around and you got a little tab section here. You kind of have to fit it into there. It's a little bit tricky, but when you get it in there, push that all the way down. Get it all the way, yeah, see, it should be a little bit more flat. So, let's see. There you go, get that in there. There we go, and now it's pretty lined up. So again, do that on this side. What's happening? There we go. Get that kind of out of the way. Bring this around, and this is going to fold around and lock into place back there. So now you have his feet done. Come around here to this section. This whole section here, you want to slide this out. Make sure you get that all the way around, and then rotate this around. This section here will come up, and that will fold down. But you want to really make sure that that's fully extended, because as this comes around, you have a little slot section here that's going to come around and kind of lock everything in. So you got a little tab on the back here that comes around that's going to slot into that bit. So just kind of move that around, get that in like that, and then this is going to rotate down and spin around, and you got a little bit right here that's going to kind of hook on that little shoulder area. Get that there. And let's see, come on, get that lined in. There we go. Do that on this side as well. Rotate that around and get that to slot down on that side. There you go, make sure that's in there. So I bring this down. These are going to just kind of detach. You can fold out the hands here, which is fairly easy to do. Fold that out like that. Rotate that around, and then this, you push this around. So this is what I was going to talk about. You have the little red knob here. The old ones, and even this guy here, you just pull the head up, but you rotate that, so you got the little fake section. Rotate that around, straighten that out, bring all this down, and when you're done, there you have Cosmos in his absolutely gorgeous, chunky looking self, and I am 100% in love with this new updated Minibot. And yeah, wow, this guy turned out great. Honestly, he is probably my favorite of the new Minibots that we've gotten so far. Just everything about this guy just works beautifully. As you can see, you can have him hold this gun, or as I was kind of showing off here, you can take this, kind of peg that in there, and maybe have them hold like that, because you can use that kind of as a handle. Have them hold it as a little flag and be like, I have declared the winner. I don't know. You can do that if you really wanted to, or you can just come around here to the back, plug this in this little hole, and just store that, whatever you want to do. But this guy, oh yeah, I mean, when you look at the animation model for him, it really is just about spot on. Even down to these little bits right here, hanging out here. Like, they really didn't need to put those on there. I mean, it goes up, it kind of fills in some gaps. But they really didn't need to do it, honestly. But the animation had it. So, why not do it? Now, unfortunately, mine, you can see, has a little bit looser of arms here. That is a little unfortunate. I could probably fix that, to be totally honest with you, but I mean, it's just worth noting type of a thing. But all the way around, this guy looks good. I guess maybe you could complain a little bit about this, kind of jetting up here, but I mean, yeah, I just think he's so damn cool looking that it really doesn't bother me, honestly, at all. It really doesn't. completely being biased or whatever, and I love this figure so much that I don't even care about that. But let's do some size comparisons, because he does get to be a pretty big guy, as you can see. I mean, as a mini-bot, he's supposed to be fairly small, and as you can see, when you compare him to the wide variety of other mini-bots that we've gotten over the past couple years, whether it be the Earthrise, Titan's Return, Kingdom, even like with Power Glide here, the Combiner Wars, he's a pretty big dude. But for the most part, when you look at them, they all kind of scale pretty well. I mean, other than Wind Charger and then Power Glide, who we're probably due for new versions, especially a Power Glide. I mean, he really needs to get redone. But, you know, when you take a look at Huffer, I mean, he kind of scales pretty. Obviously, he's taller. And these guys here being the more recent modern versions of the mini-bots with Bumblebee, Cliffjumper, and, of course, Huffer. I think that these guys really do look very, very good together. I'm extremely, extremely pleased. Now, coming in to take a closer look at the detail, again, head sculpt-wise is phenomenal. I love the way that looks. You have the red helmet section with the little mouth plate, blue eyes. Gorgeous detail here on the chest, which, again, you could see in the flying saucer mode. You get a lot more yellow in there. The great molded-in detail with the arms. Everything looks really very good. You come down here to the legs. Now, in some images, when he was in his spaceship mode, this little section here had Autobot logos. It doesn't have it on the final copy, and I think that that's okay. I know that he did have it like in the cartoon and everything. I'm okay with him not having it here, especially since you got one Autobot logo already up at the chest area, so I'm okay with that. But, I mean, everything on this guy, he's chunky, he's cool looking, he is the 80s representation of a flying saucer, and I super am into it. I mean, like, look at that. That is gorgeous. Now, first articulation, the head's actually on a bit of a ball joint, so you get a good range of motion with it. You can, I guess, maybe have him look down a little bit more when you detach that little top piece if you really want to, so good range of motion with it. Now, he does swivel at the shoulders, and then he moves in and out, but there is a little bit of a locking. You can kind of hear it right there. I mean, that's mostly kind of part of the transformation, but even this one's a little bit loose. This one is definitely a lot looser. So again, I don't know really how I can tighten that because it's a pin there. So I don't know really how well I'll be able to do that, but it's just worth noting on my copy. He does rotate at the elbow, which is nice, and then you have a 90-degree bend. The wrists don't rotate, but they do move in and out, and then again, because of the way that this is, again, that tucks away and hides. So those little, where are those little things at? The little thruster things. Oh, here they are. So they're like here on the back, but you have them now coming out here, which kind of is like a faux version of those. I'm okay with that because it kind of goes along with the normal look for him, and those are kind of hidden. He does rotate at the waist, which is nice. These little pieces can move in and out, so you can bring his legs out as far as you want, forward and back. Rotates at the thigh, bends here at the knee. Ankles don't move forward and back, but they do have some ankle tilt, so you can get a fairly wide pose with him, which kind of looks like he's surfing, but whatever. All in all, terrific figure. I mean, I'm just kind of gushing over him at this point in time, and like I said, I feel like I'm being biased because I just love this guy so much that for me, he is my favorite mini-bot figure that we've gotten in recent years. I think they just did a terrific job with him. Now, to transform him back, we're going to first take that, rotate that around just like so, tuck his hands in on both sides, and then you want to bring these, just kind of straighten those out just like that. Come around here to this lower section, then you're going to detach that and rotate that shoulder bit away, and then you can take this, pull this out and down like that, and then you want to rotate that around. That's all going to collapse down like so. Come down here to this bit, lift this up, get that out of the way, come around to the back feet area, rotate these little heel spurs around, do that on both sides, and then this section here, this is going to detach just like that, and then this is going to rotate forward. just like that. And again, then you're going to make sure you hinge this all the way back, and then you got a little slot in tab section here on this. This is going to come down. Let's connect these feet right here, and then just bring that down and make sure you line that up. That will lock that into place right like so. Rotate these around, bring that hinge kind of up and in. There you go. So that little rotating bit, bring that up just like that. And then this whole section, you're just going to take this, push that in, and then you'll just kind of line all these little bits here up along the side to make sure everything tabs in nicely and securely. Make sure that that's there. And when you're done, there you have Cosmos back in his flying saucer mode. Now, if you haven't been able to tell by this review, especially since I mentioned it twice, Cosmos here is an absolutely terrific figure in my opinion. It is easily my favorite version that we've ever gotten. I did forget to bring this guy out, but here, you can see the... I didn't bring him out during the robot comparison, but you can see what we have here. I mean, it's a good figure, but it's definitely a more updated version of him. But the question was, does this replace this? And the answer to that question is, yup. Without a doubt, he does. The overall look of this is exactly what I would want for Cosmos. This chunky 80s look for a flying saucer is spectacular. There are some little gap issues around here, and then this piece here, it sticks out a little bit, but again, it's not something that I really think is detrimental to the figure. Transformation is fairly simple to do, but I like a lot of the elements of it. Obviously, you know, these bits are going to become his legs and his arms. I like how this rotates around, revealing his head. And then with the back section kind of coming out and spinning around and coming up to fill in his back, I think that's pretty cool. So, simple, yes, but fun to do. And that robot mode, so good. So good. Cosmos always was a little bit bigger looking of a mini-bot in the original cartoon, and this figure represents that nicely. Now, the problem with this figure, not everything is gumdrops and lollipops. The Velocitron Speedia series, whatever this is being called, at least right now as far as I'm aware, is exclusive to Walmart stores, which is going to make this guy fairly hard. Combine that with the fact that Cosmos comes in one per case, makes him even harder to find. Luckily, my buddy and channel member Andy Anderson was able to find this guy at Walmart and send him to me. So again, I want to send a huge shout out to him for that. If you guys enjoy this video, you really do have him to thank for it, because my Walmart sucks. So do I recommend this guy? Abso-positive-frickin-lutely. It's a great toy, and I'm hopeful that it comes out in some other way in more quantities for everybody to be able to get this, because he is a true joy to have. But beyond that, guys, that's about it. As for other Transformer figures, you can always go online to places like Big Bad Toy Store, Amazon, or even Entertainment Earth. If you choose to go the route of Entertainment Earth, if you click on my link down in the video description, in addition to a lot of times them having free shipping deals, by clicking on my link, you show your support for my channel and get 10% off all items that are in stock. If you can't become a channel member to support the channel, doing something like that really does go a long way towards helping the channel. And finally, guys, remember that the real trouble with the world is that too many people grow up. Thank you all for watching and taking the time to be a kid.